This is the Elgato Stream Deck. It's made for live content creation control and beyond. In fact, you can use it for switching scenes, kind of like what I have here for my Elgato Stream Deck. You can launch media, you can tweet your feeds, and so much more, as they say. But what are all the features? Let's go ahead and just take a brief dive into what all is included with the Elgato Stream Deck. Now, it measures about 4.5 inches by less than an inch by 3.3 inches. It weighs at 190 grams, which is roughly about 6.7 ounces altogether. So it's less than a pound. It's really light, so it's not too bad, right? It has an adjustable stand. Let's address the adjustable stand. See, I've got the original Elgato Stream Deck, and you can notice here that I've got a rubber band put into place because the problem is whenever I'd pick this up, the stand would fall apart. And that part was just kind of annoying for me. So I just ended up getting a rubber band from some broccoli I bought at the local grocery store, slapped it onto this, and it keeps the stand perfectly in spot. And there we go. So now it's put in there nice and easy. The next generation that is made of the Elgato Stream Deck, they actually have the built-in stand, and that makes life a little bit easier. More on the next generation in just a second here. This also comes with a USB 2.0 cord, and it's fairly long. It's definitely more than adequate. The cord itself is a little flimsy, but don't be fooled. I've had this for about a few years and it's had some wear and tear and it's been used so much, and I've never had a single problem with the cable whatsoever. Now, you remember how I said I'd come back to the next generation version of the Elgato Stream Deck? Well, the next generation version actually has a detachable USB-C cord, and it's a bit thicker than this one is. I just don't like the fact that I can't unplug this if I want to. I actually have to unplug the entire cord and then pretty much move the cord with the device. It's a minor inconvenience, to be truthful. Okay, so it has 15, count them, 15 customizable LCD keys. You can personalize your keys with custom icons, or you can choose from hundreds of their own. I personally just go ahead and make my own. You can kind of see I've put in a few other things in here, and that's that. It supports images or GIFs, so it's kind of cool. You literally put on your on switch a specific image, and then for your off switch you can put a different image. This is pretty neat, and the setup is super simple because you'll just open up the Stream Deck program and it's fairly intuitive. It's a simple drag and drop actions onto the keys inside the app itself. Now, to be clear, you have unlimited control. This is pretty nuts because just about anything you can think of, this can actually go ahead and control. So for instance, we have nested folders. So if I select this folder, you see it drops down into other commands. So whenever I want to go on Twitch, I go ahead and select my Twitch button. Anytime I want to go on YouTube, I select the YouTube button. I build a lot of these things out, and it takes a little bit of time, but it is so worth it when it's all done. And the other big benefit too is the fact that you can do numerous different settings based on the program that you're using. So if you're using OBS or XSplit, or even something like a graphic design software like GIMP or Photoshop, you can use these as hotkeys to really expedite some of your process and become a bit more efficient. And speaking of direct integration, I think it's important that I go ahead and bring up the fact that it will directly integrate with any type of control on game capture, OBS, XSplit, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and so friggin' much more. I like using the Stream Deck anytime I'm using GIMP for graphic design. So anytime I have a specific command that I use a lot, all I got to do is just press the button and then voila, it happens. Okay, so this is all well and good, but is it going to be compatible for you? If you've got Windows 10, you're good to go. If you've got Mac OS, it needs to be at least 10.13 or later. Let's go ahead and discuss some of the pros and cons of the Elgato Stream Deck. 1, it's plug and play. I like the fact that you just plug it right in. It'll get all installed. You're ready to rock and roll within minutes. 2, it has unlimited nesting folders. This means that I can build out every which way that I want to, and I never really have to switch a profile unless I really want to. But, I tell you, if you're going to use different software, switch out those and then you can do unlimited nesting folders in each one of those. And flexibility. I like the fact that it isn't just strictly relegated to live streaming controls. I can use it in other programs. There's a big bonus right there, especially for how much I'm investing in this. Now, the cons, and it's a short list here. The cons for the Elgato Stream Deck is the stand. They knew when they released the next generation version of the Elgato Stream Deck that needed to be fixed. There was a lot of content creators, including myself and my brother, that really hemmed and hawed at the fact that this stand was just so flimsy. It was just, from an engineering standpoint, someone didn't quite think that one through. But it's a minor inconvenience because that's really it when it comes to the cons. I'm really happy that I got this, and I give it 2 big thumbs up, and I hope that you enjoy the Elgato Stream Deck for yourself soon.